I told myself that I was not going to record anything until I finally edited the 2 videos that I've been waiting to upload. And yet here I am, because yesterday I got an email, and it was from the agent that I have been waiting for. We'll say waiting for, because if I'm being honest, I really didn't think she was gonna read this book. I really didn't think so, but she finally did. And the Sunday after Thanksgiving, I got an offer of representation. So the call is scheduled for Wednesday, December 3rd, and I'm going to go crazy waiting. So I guess I'll just have to film it. I am nervous. I'm so nervous. I have a call in 1 hour with an agent who is offering me representation for murder night. And holy cow, you guys. I feel like I haven't slept in 2 weeks. I feel like I wish I could say I felt excited, but I don't think that's it. I feel very cautious. And I'm not really sure why I feel cautious. Everyone's like, have you celebrated? Have you done this? Have you done this? And I'm like, no, I haven't. I feel like there's still so much work to do. But hopefully after the call, like I'll feel a little bit more settled, because right now it's like, okay, have I gone over the questions? Have I like made a nudge? Like, have I put together a slideshow of all of my projects? Yes, I have. And I know that this agent has liked my work before and technically wants to consider my YA with my adult, but is obviously more excited for the adult. I would be too. That's kind of the brand identity I want to run into. And I've got water. I haven't eaten anything, which I feel like could be a good or a bad thing. I'm just not sure. I woke up at 4 a.m. today, couldn't sleep. I was like, okay, once I get the boys on the bus and off to school, we'll just take a nap. It'll take a nap. So I lay down in bed with my pups, and I was like, I'll just scroll until I get tired. Nope. That was not a thing, apparently. I just didn't get tired. Instead, I messed up my algorithm on Instagram, which is fine because I never use Instagram. And then I was like, I'm going to stalk I noticed that the agent I have a call with followed me yesterday on Instagram, which is, again, wild because I don't really use Instagram. But I was watching her stories, and I think I liked one last night. I have no shame. If I like something, I like something, and that is what it is. I've been watching nonstop Lindsay Puckett videos. It's wild. It's so wild. But I feel actually pretty confident. I'm sure that'll change as I'm logging on, but right now I feel super confident. I don't have the imposter syndrome that everyone talks about yet. I have written 3 books. I have queried 3 books pretty extensively. And I know that I've put a lot of work into these, and that I am doing as much as I can to improve week by week, literally week by week, if not day by day. It's not day by day, let's be honest. Right now I'm not writing. I've got to read. This call is happening. My brain is just not there. But I am in the middle of a comp, watching a comp. I actually was watching it when I got the offer email, and then I tried to watch it a little bit yesterday, but then the kids came home and I was like, you can't watch this with the kids home. But it is the perfect comp, especially because I do want to go a bit darker, and I just feel like that counts. That counts. Researching your comps counts. I'm rambling, but I'm probably not gonna film the call because I kind of just want to save that for me, but I will definitely share after. So today is Thursday, December 4th. Yesterday I had a call with my offering agent. It went really well, I think. I think it was awkward just because it was very Q&A style, and I was hoping for something a little bit more conversational. But at the end of the day, this is a business meeting, and we were there to be efficient, and I think I just went into it with the wrong expectations. But I really liked her editorial thoughts. I liked her thoughts for sub. She put up a very interesting imprint that I hadn't really thought was for me, but, you know, like, I'd be super happy with it. So she thinks one dev edit and a line edit, and, like, I'm out the door. She wants me to quicken up the pacing in the beginning of the novel, which I listen, I'm not precious about my work. My work is a product. I know that its job is to sell and to be entertaining. So I need to trust her opinion on that. And because I'm not precious about that part of the novel, I'm happy to brainstorm those ideas. She liked my ending, which is like a huge plus for me. I think she understood like what I was trying to do. She does want me to push some of the emotional parts a little bit more, which I think I'm not surprised. I'm not typically a very emotional person, and because of my OCD, I get very nervous when I'm writing that I'm going to be like a caricature, and I don't want that to be a thing. So I think I bring myself back a little bit. I'm very happy with the edit notes so far. The more I force myself to talk about it, the more excited I am. I still feel a bit disconnected, like it's not me this is happening to. Like, I'm just kind of like role playing, which is very strange, but that is how I'm feeling. So again, like the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm interacting, the more like time, I didn't even think I'd have to need processing time, but I think that I'm learning that I do, because I avoided some things today in favor of my day job, and like that's not usually a thing. So yeah, I'm learning a lot about myself right now, which is always fun. The call went great. I set a decision date for December 22nd, which is the Monday before Christmas. I felt like that was the most respectful that I could be, because if I went a full 3 weeks, it would literally be Christmas Eve, and I didn't feel like that was right. I also didn't want to only give 2 weeks because I felt like that was so quick. So I tried to fit somewhere in the middle, because I know that kind of the industry standard has been kind of like swinging towards 3 weeks. And as impatient as I am, like I'm ready to just be like, offering agent, like you're the one. But I know that I can't do that. Like I've got to hear everybody out. And I'm excited to hear everybody out, because as I was sending my nudges, I actually got like one very quick rejection, which I'm not surprised about. This woman has been so kind and so responsive so quickly. And she replied back to me and was like, I'm so sorry. I love this book, but I just don't have capacity to take on these edits right now. So I'll have to pass, but like rooting for you. She said something. It was very nice. And I was like, that's fine. Like I figured that was kind of why she hadn't responded. She had skipped me. She's like someone who goes in order, from what I could tell, right? And she had skipped me twice and rejected three other manuscripts. So I thought that maybe she was waiting to get some other people on sub before she responded to me. So about 3-ish minutes later, she emails me back and she's like, hi again. She basically said, congrats, I'm not really surprised. There's a lot to love. I just don't have the bandwidth right now to take on this project. Excited for you. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for submitting this to me. And then it was 8 minutes later. 8 minutes later, she said, hi again. My former intern is now an agent. She read your manuscript as well, and I mentioned that you had received an offer. She's beginning her list of clients and would love to chat with you about yours. So, and then she said some other like very, very kind things about how she was excited to like maybe basically play matchmaker and like kind of be able to keep me on anyway. So I just found that to be so, so kind. So me and her intern, now an agent, we've set up another offer call for tomorrow at 9. So I've got 2 offers. It's just feeling very like, how is this happening to me? Like in the best way. Gosh, as I said that, like my chest like started like fluttering. Of course, we have a snowstorm happening tonight, or supposed to happen. So they've canceled schools and my kids will be home and it's going to be super fun. I'm just going to say how grateful I am and that I'm so proud of myself, because I don't think people say that enough. Like so many of us are working hours and hours and, you know, shedding tears over this and just like putting so much energy into this dream. And I finally hit that first milestone. And I couldn't, I just, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Like, I made it, you know? Like, I've made that next step, and someone has told me that I'm good enough for this industry. It's snowing, and it is like 7:15, 7:30, so I'm very late in getting up, but that's okay, because it's Friday, December 5th, I have my second offer call today. I'm walking my dogs, and holy crap, my kids are obviously home because we're Virginia and we don't know what to do with snow. But we're also like very rural right now. And so our plows already don't know how to deal with snow, but buses on snow and ice, not a great look for us. So we're going to do a quick walk with the dogs, and then we are going to shower and get ready for the call at 9. This agent is not as experienced as my last one, which is fine. Like, I'm super open to like hungry, like newbie agents. That being said, like I am like weighing the like connections piece, and yeah, I think that's like my biggest question for her is like, how are you going to get my book in front of the editors I want to be in front of? So yeah, I'm going to finish up this walk, and then we'll get back to it. I'm going to give the quickest update because it's just been a long day. It's a snow day for my kids. They're outside playing. I can join them in about 20 minutes when my day job is over. But I wanted to give like a super quick just update on how the call went. The call today was definitely super personable. However, she's like a super new agent, so I think there were some concerns on my side about the sales part. But I reached out to the clients and they only have glowing things to say. Of course, like an agent is only going to give you clients that they think are going to talk well about them, right? Because they want to sign you. But I would be this agent's first client, and that's huge. I would also likely be her only adult client for a while. She's supposed to be focusing on building up Kidlit. That's what their agency kind of does. So it's kind of a weird situation because I do feel like I would get a lot of attention there. And she, again, like she was just so amazing to talk to. Like I really felt that we connected in a way that I didn't connect with the first agent on. It's very much like I'm weighing personality and can I talk to this agent? And not that I can't talk to the first agent. I feel like there's a lot of nuance that goes into the situation, and of course I knew there would be. But yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind, and the more that I sit and think and talk about it with like my trusted CPs and stuff, the more I feel like I'm leaning in a direction. But of course, it's been like, what, 2 days, 3 days? So I've got a while to go. I went ahead and looked at Query Tracker to see who might ghost me. And I want to kind of like give you guys an insight on like what I'm seeing, like who I'm out with, right? So if I'm looking, I'm still out with 27 people, 27 agents. As of today, I have 18 queries pending, 2 partials pending, 8 fulls pending, and 2 offers. And I've had 6 rejections. And that does count the agent who referred me to her intern, now an agent. So I feel like it's a lot of movement, but I also went through Query Tracker, like I was saying, and looked at who is likely to miss an offer nudge or who was likely to ignore an offer nudge. And I came up with 12 of my remaining 27. And don't check my math because I might be wrong, but definitely 12 of them are likely ghosters out of 27, which is wild. And that includes people with my fulls. Sometimes they don't reply. So I think it's going to be a very quiet 17 days. It's not like I need more offers. I'm super, super thrilled with what I have. I can't believe this is happening to me a little bit. And yeah, it's just a weird feeling. I've talked with a couple of other people who are kind of vague right now. And we all kind of agree that there is emotion, but we're feeling so detached. Like, it's hard a little bit to figure out like what we're feeling, because so much of it is also like being overshadowed by shock and making sure we're doing everything right. And yeah, so it's kind of where we are. More later, I guess. So y'all are about to find out just how much I walk my dogs and have to figure out my thoughts. It's still like freezing cold, but you can see like the snow is melting. It's supposed to snow again on Monday. Yay. So this is the first weekend. It's December 7th, Sunday. The first weekend where like I'm waiting on, I guess I'm waiting on agents, but I'm not expecting any responses over the weekend. Like I'm expecting like, hey, they might be reading over the weekend. So there's that. I might get some responses Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember if I said this in the last video, but I went through all of the agents who have either my query or my full, and I was like, okay, how do they respond to nudges of like offers, right? And 12 out of like 27 are likely to ghost, even if they have my full. So that sucks. It's fine. It just sucks. So in my head, actually, and maybe in Query Tracker, I might CNR them, because I just kind of want to look at the actual pool of like who else I'm waiting on, because I really am enjoying the offers that I have are great. They're both like really fantastic for different reasons, very different reasons. But But I think what I really wanted to do today on this walk was to talk about the client emails, because I felt more prepared for the call than I felt contacting clients. And that's likely part of my fault, because I think I could have done more research on this before. But like, I just didn't look up, like, what do I ask people when, you know, I get their email or whatever. So, I ended up doing like a 7 or 8 like broad question document with like some rambling underneath, like, why did you choose this person, and like, what's their editorial style, and then like that style question broken down by like different mini questions that they could go off of. And I just feel like I like what I did. I got a lot of really great answers, but of course, and I really do think I've talked about this, I really think that obviously they're not going to send me someone who is not going to sing their praises. So I don't know. It was a very strange experience. I think this whole thing has been strange for me, because I felt like the call with Agent 2 went way better just because of personality. But I think the call with Agent 1 made me feel more confident. And I don't know. So there's a lot that I'm still trying to figure out. And there's a lot that I'm trying to kind of like keep to myself until I'm sure of my direction, right? And it's such a big milestone, and everyone's been so kind, and like, I'm very lucky. I'm so lucky. So I don't know. Okay, so let's just break it down a little bit so you actually have content for this. Agent 1, I sent the client emails, I think the day after. So I got the response the day after the call, which was, I think, good timing, because it gave me some time to process the call and like my concerns with it, and then my questions. I think like I was a little bit more ready to receive answers. And so I asked for, actually, I don't know if I asked outright or if we had just talked about it, but the clients were one that sold their first book, and then she sent me someone who didn't sell their first book but did end up selling their second. So I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. So like, I had a really good, I think, set of responses from them. They were very, like, I think they're a little bit more professional than the second agent's batch, which is fine. I liked seeing both, but it's definitely like all 4 of them gushed. They were very excited about their agent and you know, possibly getting someone else to join them. And, you know, it was nice. It was nice to have someone excited about me, right? So from there, I also found out, and I think I actually said this after the call, but I found out that my offering agent has 38 clients, which that number shocked me. I was like, holy crap, that's so many. Like, how do you do it? And like, it was kind of like not only shocking, but was like, oh my God, maybe I don't want to go with this agent because she has so many. So, and obviously, like, I don't know how many clients the agents have. I just don't know that. So, like, I actually reached out to one of the mods on Pub Tips, and I was like, hey, like, I have an offer from this person, and here is my concern. Like, have you heard anything / like, how many clients should be like maximum? And she took probably a day to like ask her community and then get back to me. Which was like, oh my gosh, so nice. I love this girl. She has helped me through a couple of other things as well. Like when I got an R&R from the acquisitions team at Entangled, she looked up a couple of rumors that I had heard, and she's just like a really lovely person. Come on. So yeah, so she looked that up for me, and apparently like 50 clients is not an unheard of number, especially for like a senior agent. Now neither of my offering agents are senior agents. So at first I was like, okay, that seems like my offering agent then has maybe too many that she can handle. But then the Ahmad went on to say, you know, she has heard such amazing things about this agent that she doesn't see any red flags, and like I shouldn't worry. And I was like, thank you so much, like, you know, thanking her. And so yeah, like I think the red flags that I might have seen from like my first agent have kind of like gone away. Like I really have no qualms about going with her at all. I think she's really incredible, and she was kind of like a top choice agent like from the beginning. And then my second agent, I still do have some red flags. Like, for example, like I would be her first client ever. I would likely be her only adult client, because she's supposed to be focusing on YA. And so that does make me a little bit concerned about contacts. Now I do know that there's some obviously like crossover from YA and adult editors, but I don't know. It's just something that I feel like I have to think about. Hi babies, are you coming to say hi to me? Just a baby's coming to say hi. So yeah, I don't even know, you guys. I guess that's really all I have to say. I'm gonna go play with these beauties right now. So I'll see you in a bit. I am once again back walking the dogs in new snow because of course this had to happen to me. The kids are home. I'm taking a break from my day job because there's nothing, and I don't want to say there's nothing to do, there's stuff to do, but like nothing is super important. So today is the first Monday after my offer nudges. So it is Monday, December 8th, and I've gotten a couple more fulls. I've gotten a ton of rejections, which is fine. And I'm counting on a lot of ghosts, to be honest. And something came up in a couple of my discords today, and I just want to talk about it really fast. And it was, what constitutes a red flag for an agent? Is it ghosting? Is it dropping after the first book doesn't sell, after the second book doesn't sell, after the third book? Can you see that snow's like sitting on my nose? Like when is that a problem? I think for me, I tend to be a little bit riskier. I tend to be a little bit more like wanting a sharkier agent. I want someone who's going to be aggressive for me and who like really believes in my book, has like really strong, obviously, connections, because I feel like I want editors, when they see my agent's name in their inbox, to be like, oh shit, I have to read this. And I know everyone probably feels that way, but I am willing to sacrifice like the personal stuff, like the like I don't need to be like super cozy with my agent. I don't need to be like besties. I don't need to have anything other than their email. This is my great grandmother's farmhouse. So my house is connected to this one, which is connected to my father's house. We all live in like the same quarter mile, which is, you know, as exciting as it sounds. Anyway, so walking across the farm, in the snow. I mean, but like, look at this. Like, it hasn't snowed a lot. It's a lot of powder. A lot of it's melting pretty quickly. So I think for me, like, I will choose an agent who is a lot more aggressive than the one I felt like the most comfortable talking to, because I feel like that would be the sacrifice that I would make. And I would rather be dumped after 3 books if we're not selling to go and try something else. I think after 1 book is probably problematic. 2 books, a little flaggy, but like, again, it's so nuanced and it depends so much on like the situation at hand that I can see situations where I would agree and situations where I wouldn't. I been having that conversation in my Discords, and I think that I am in the minority in which I feel comfortable with a sharkier agent. Chief, don't go in the tack room. And so I guess that's something that I would want to ask like other authors too. Like, when you think of your dream agent, like, what do you think of? Because at first I was like, I want someone who's editorial, who's going to give me some notes before I go out on sub. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't think I need that. I think like I can get my notes from my CPs, make it the best I can, do like 1 dev edit with my agent to like try to address any other concerns, do a line edit, and be perfectly comfortable going out. And I know not everyone thinks that, and it's not because I think I'm like really good or anything. It's because, again, like, I want to pick my agent based on their connections to editors, and not necessarily like how they would shape a book. Now the agent that's a front runner for me right now has, like, people have said that she's pretty editorial, but like, I personally am not seeing it from my own conversation with her, as well as like with her clients. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is that circumstantial, and is that because these books just happen to be really good and don't need a ton of edits? Ooh, I hit a spot of mud. Or is it because this agent just knew the right editor, sent it at the right time, was aggressive? Everyone I've talked to that I've wanted like insight from has told me the same thing. Like, this agent is super well regarded. The mentorship is incredible. The deals are there. And while there is like one kind of red flag, it's not showing up in like actually, like, there are no consequences that anyone can see from this, like possible red flags. So we're gonna ignore it. I've lost my other dog. Lady. Who knows, man? The horses are behind me. We're not gonna walk to, actually, we're gonna go back. Good call, Chief. Let's go. There's just a bunch of white. This snow started around 9, and it's not supposed to stop until like 6 p.m. So I guess if it's gonna snow, I want it to snow and stick. Hi, baby. And not like this mushy mess, but then it's gonna freeze and there's gonna be ice, and it's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be so great. Lady! Lost my dog completely. But anyway, yeah, it's the first Monday. I've gotten some really exciting agents who said that they're reading. Some requests for fulls from like some maybe piles that I was in, which is interesting because I always looked at maybe piles as rejections. So, lady! No idea where she is. Oh, there she is. She's not where I thought she was. What are you doing? What are you doing, pretty girl? You messing with the chickens? She probably was. Anyway, that's probably enough for this right now. I just wanted to do the quickest update. I have started writing my Higma post because I don't think there's a lot of information about the 2-week wait, because everything's supposed to be so vague, right? Everything's supposed to be so secretive. And I see a need for that. I do. But I also like feel like for authors, we do have to advocate a little bit more for ourselves, because we need to go in with as much information as possible. And while we don't need to be screaming it on social media, I mean, I think that there could be like documentation afterward. I don't know. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now, but maybe I'll change my mind later. Who knows? Isn't that like a gorgeous sunrise? I know I look crazy, but I'm like the biggest baby when it comes to being cold. So I'm just gonna have to look crazy. I don't know. It is 12 days until the deadline. It is Wednesday. I'm walking the dogs. It is very icy, and my boy Chief is really bad on leash. So I'm just kind of hoping it just got snow plopped on me. Rude. Anyway, so there has not been a lot of movement. And I say that because, I don't know. I feel like, and I'm sorry, I'm like sucking on a candy right now, because of course I'm a child and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I just really thought like it would be non-stop movement, like rejections after rejections. And really I've gotten like really one wave of rejections, and like very sporadic, like either requests or like I'll read. And I know I've got 12 more days, but like I've noticed there are a ton of people vague right now, and a ton of my friends, which is really cool. And I say friends loosely, like my mutuals on Twitter and Blue Sky and things like that. I feel like the writing community is so big, and like I try to be very friendly with everybody, because like at the end of the day, like we're pretty much coworkers. We're gonna be peers. Like we might be in different departments. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look how gorgeous that is. Stop it. Anyway, there's a lot to think about when you're engaging online with people who could be your agency sibling, or like could blurb you one day. And so that guy's going pretty quickly. Maybe the roads are all right. My kids are on a 2-hour delay. I just need them to go to school. There's a lot to think about, but you always want to make sure like everything that you do is authentic and genuine, right? Because why put your energy into something that isn't? And like realize like you can outgrow people, you can be left behind. Like that's just kind of the nature of life, and you have to be okay with that. As long as there's no like ill will, like it is what it is, you know? Let's go back, it's cold. Anyway, so not a lot of movement. So I still have a lot out, but to be honest, like I'm expecting a lot of people to just ghost, just because of how close we are to the holidays. Like it's just like not a great time to go vague, which again is fine. Did you like that little spin? It's fine because I'm very happy with the agents who have offered. I'm still looking at 2 offers right now, and a lot of people, I think it was like 9 or 10 who said they were reading. So, lady, let's go. I think that's really the only update I have for you, other than this isn't like, the waiting sucks, but it's nothing like querying. Like at least you know, like people are reading, you know? So, and also like at the end of the day, you have that safety net. Like I have, and the safety net is such a crappy way to put it, but at the end of the day, I have an offer that I'm really excited about. I've got 2 offers that I could be super happy with, and I am leaning toward one right now. And I think it's literally because of submission strategy. Because I tend to be a little bit more aggressive in what I want to do. So I think it's going to be good. Today I don't know, I kind of finished my website, with the exception of like some pictures I'm supposed to be taking on Friday. Who knows, because look at this. It's supposed to snow again on Thursday. We may have to just postpone or do it in the snow, which I guess could be pretty, but not really great for the outfit I picked. And then my Higma. I've been writing that as like a nice distraction. So I've been going back and like refining it and detailing it and adding more and like making it sound like punchier and like just kind of obsessing over that. But there's only so much you can do. Like when there's nothing new to report. I think it's sitting at, it's way too long right now. It's like 2,700 words or something. But like, I'm just trying to get everything out so I can see the big picture, and I'll revise as needed. And I'm just trying to figure out like, what else do I need to do? I guess I need to figure out like my announcement, but people have these really cute ones and I'm just sitting here like nothing has felt right yet. I really stumbled into my vague post one, so we'll see. So it's about 7 a.m. on the farm. I've woken up every animal imaginable. We ran into a deer carcass, which was super fun. And now I'm on my way back to the house to get the boys ready for school. Thank God we're back in school because look, all the snow's gone. Every bit of it. It was like 45 the other day and it was just like, it ran away. So today is officially 10 days left in my waiting period. So I don't know. I just feel like movement should be coming by now, but also like maybe it's not. Your girl doesn't know. I'm hoping for some movement today just so I can like, again, it's all about expectations. Like I just want to know what my choices are, because while I really, really, really love my offering agent and like I'm really excited to talk to her a little bit more, and I probably will email her next week for I just kind of want a little bit more of a submission strategy. And I think that's been one of the great things about talking to other vague people during this time is like hearing what their calls are about. Other people have gotten like really detailed submission strategies, and we really only talked about 1 or 2 imprints that she thought was perfect, and specifically one editor that she actually worked on a book that would be a comp to mine. But I just kind of want a little bit more detail, and I want to see if she'll give it to me. And it wouldn't be a deal breaker because I do know that she's an agent who doesn't typically like to share too much. But yeah, that's really my only update right now, which is basically a whole lot of just waiting and nothing. So y'all are getting a lot of dog walking videos this week. And by this week, I mean for these 3 weeks, because it is still like we just haven't done all the things that we need to do. No, that's not even it. I feel like I can't talk about this like with my husband too much because he just doesn't get it, you know? Like, why can't I make a decision now? Like, that's just not what happens, right? So anyway, walking the dogs. I slept in last night. Yesterday yesterday I had my author photos done, which was super, super fun. We did them at this old, like, decrepit barn that I'll show you guys in a minute. And I don't know, if she was like, I don't ever get to do these types of pictures because it's always like families with little kids, and like, you know, you can only do so much with little kids. Like when they're done, they're done. So it was only supposed to be an hour photo shoot, and I'm pretty sure she stayed longer. I didn't actually look, but like we were this is so disgusting. Well, not for me, like I felt like it was normal, but like, I was like, please bring boots, it's super muddy. And so she did, and like, I'm bringing her into this horse pasture, and there's just horse shit everywhere, just everywhere. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, like, thank you so much for like trucking through all of this. Like, I'm happy to like go where you tell me, like, you don't have to get this close if you don't want. She's like, no, this is good. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I wanted someone to get down and dirty with me, you know? And she really did. It was really honestly just super fun. And yeah, we had an hour. I hope they came out okay. I have a lot of like, you know, I think we all have a little bit of like areas of our body that we don't love. And you know, I told her those at the beginning. I was like, listen, my chin, not strong. My midsection, like, don't love it. So hopefully she worked with that as much as possible. I was wearing this like really pretty green dress, which, like, you guys look at, like, I'm not like a dress person very often. When I taught school, like, I was definitely a lot more like fashionable, but like, I don't do that anymore. Like, I'm in sweats and joggers most of the time. So yeah, it was super fun. We didn't hike. This is not a hike, but like, I did make her walk many acres. And we did it like in a field with creepy trees in the background. And I honestly think, like, I'm so glad that I did it in December, because like, this is such a vibe. I hate being cold, but like the cloudiness, and it really wasn't that cloudy yesterday as much as I wanted it to be. So this is the barn I took her to. So we did pictures outside of that, which I thought was really cool. And then there's like a gap of trees just below it that we went to. And then there's another place in another field that we kind of hung out and like sat on the ground and did more. So all of that to say, ain't nothing been happening. It's been so quiet. And I think that's for two reasons. Number one, I gave a 3-week deadline because I thought that was what industry professionals wanted. And I think it is. Like, I'm not going like against that. But I also think there are a lot of people that are vague right now. So that means there's a lot of offers like just out there. So they're reading a lot right now and having to figure out, like, is this someone I want to put my energy into? I'm not expecting to hear anything over the weekend. If anything, maybe Sunday night, but I honestly just don't know. This is really cute. I'm really glad that you guys got to see that. So that's all I've got for you. Yeah. Okay, so it is it's like got like 3 days left, and I still have 7 people that have told me they're reading. So that means they've got fulls. I've CNR'd everybody else. And I think like we're basically to the point where my body, my brain has like settled on my offering agent. I'm really excited about her. I emailed her last night and was like, hey, like, I just was asking clarification questions. And I sent her like 4 questions, and she responded back with like multiple paragraphs for each. They were so full of personality and passion for what she does, and it made me feel really good. And to be fair, to be honest, like, she was already a dream agent. I'm gonna be so excited when I finally get to sign with her. But like, having 7 fulls still out is just strange, because I thought I would get like this flurry of emails rejecting. And my second call came literally same day. So like, it's been a whole bunch of days with like nothing, or maybe like one very kind step aside. So yeah, I don't do well with uncertainty. So this has been a treat for 3 weeks. But I've got to drive my kids to gymnastics now. As you can see, my hair is up. I didn't want to do anything with myself today. I guess I'll check in if I have any other news going into the weekend, which I don't think I will, because it's literally like everything's closing tomorrow. So I just feel like they're all gonna be passes. So yeah. Anyway. So not only do we have like 30-mile-an-hour winds right now, but it's bright as crap. I think I've picked the agent I want, and I just got my photos back from my photo shoot. I haven't looked at them yet because I'm on a walk. Can you guys hear that? I don't even know if this is gonna be like a usable take, but yeah, it's a busy Friday. I still have 6. Do I have 6 out still? I think I do. I think I've got 6 agents that have responded. However, I just don't think any of them are gonna have the passion that the agent that I've picked has. She has just been so patient with me, and she's answered all of my questions. I even sent like a follow-up email asking a couple things because I felt that our call was really awkward, and I know that I'm much better like written, so I wanted to like see if she would give me a little bit more details, and she did. So like I feel really good. It's like not even cold. It's like 65 degrees, but these winds are incredible. Anyway, that is my very, very short update for now. I'm gonna go get my kids all packed up. I'm gonna get them off to, my mother-in-law's house for the weekend, and then it's date night. So, should I scare my husband by making him watch another scary movie? Or are we more than likely gonna watch, what is that new hospital show that's like The Office? Is it like St. Dennis or something? We're either gonna watch that or the Knives Out movie. That's our plan. So, I'm gonna get back inside, help him ship off the kids, and move it on up. Good morning. We did it. It has been a very, very long waiting period. Sitting and shuffling my cards, my Lenormand deck, and then my tarot cards. Oh, look at what jumped out at me. I am ready to make my decision. There are a few people who have not responded, and that is okay. I'm done waiting. I know that the agent that I'm choosing today is going to be a really good partner, and she is just so strategic and passionate, and she wants this so badly, and I want it too. So I feel really comfortable going with her. I'm feeling very impatient about emailing her, but I promised myself I would not email her right away. I wanted to email her all day yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm going to do my weekly and then my daily spreads, and then we will send an email. I just wrote out my acceptance email and I don't know if I'm ready to send it. Like, I am, but also, right? Oh my god, I look like a mess. It's fine. This is what it is, you guys. It's Monday morning and I don't want to do anything. I'm excited. I really like my acceptance email, which is silly. And I don't know why I'm waiting. There's no one that's going to come in now and change my mind. I don't think, like, the competition has not been super fierce for my offers. You know what I mean? So I think I'm just gonna hit send. She's not even awake yet. There's no way she's even awake yet. It's fine. It's cool. I'm sending right now. Whew. I sent.